Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview. This time covering VCT EMEA Stage 2 for Week 4 in 2025. My guest at this time is Saadhak of Karmine Corp, this time coming off their match against NAVI, in which they came out on the losing end 2-0 to thus continue their season with another week to spare in the regular season. So Saadhak, thank you so much for the opportunity. And first and foremost, I want to ask you about the result that just happened with NAVI. How are you feeling? How are you taking in the result? And what's your emotions? Or what are your emotions like right now?
To be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed on ourselves. We knew it was going to be a hard match, but at the same time, we had really high hopes for us. So yes, right now just a combination of things not working out, so frustration and overall, right now, a little bit sad. You understand.
No, most definitely. And your team has been on the winning end for the past 2 weeks. And so the aim was to continue this winning streak against Navi. And then looking over into the other side, Navi faced off against Fnatic and Team Liquid lost. And so they had that motivation to finally bounce back. For yourself, Sadak, what was the most important parts of just preparation for this team, and what did they kind of show in their game plan that you felt you had to kind of like watch out for the most?
Mm, I think one thing is they change a lot is their composition, which they did it in both maps. So basically, we didn't have any prep on them, and we had to let's say improvise a lot. And what they did, to be honest, was risky, but it paid off. So yeah, I would say like calling wise, strat wise, I think we had a really good understood over what they wanted to do most of the times, but at the same time we couldn't punish them enough when we knew what they were trying to do, right? So yeah, I would say those. Yeah, that's the thought against facing them. It's always amazing, of course. Like I always feel like Angel goes really well on the fly also, so it was a good matchup to IGL against.
Yeah, like a lot of the times people kind of compare yourself and Angel as like one of those IGLs that always try to to be versatile and just having to throw people off with whatever game plan you have in your mind. Was it basically as that for yourself? Just trying to decipher the complex mind that Angel has, or anything like that.
I mean, it's more like what can the other team do with the comp they have, and what can we do? It's impossible to enter the enemy mind when you don't really know what they want to try to do. So it's more like when this situation happens, it's more like, okay, let's focus on ourselves and let's discover how they want to play with this new composition or on this map. Mostly when you don't have info, so on what they do. So yeah, I mean, I would pretty much say that, to be honest, because it wasn't kind of like, oh, let's hope inside his mind and try to. No, it was more like, okay, they have this. What can they do? What can they not do? How can we respond to that? It's more like these small things.
Going into the series now, it kind of felt like the most important part of the series itself was in map one on Sunset. You guys were making that comeback, you made it happen, and Malawi was able to win that one round to force overtime, and then they took that Sunset for map one, and then that momentum carried over to map two. Going into just sort of the difficulty of like the final rounds of Sunset, what do you think went wrong for the team in that part of the map?
I think it was a lot in the details. Like we had a bunch of advantages that we couldn't capitalize on. Especially, I think we lost like two 5v3s or something like that. Uh, so there was a lot of moments that we had it under control, and then we just lost all the control, So yeah, I would say that, to be honest. Yes.
Uh,
I'm
moving up.
thinking, but yeah, it was like so many so many advantages we had that we couldn't, as I said, capitalize on them and just basically close the round. That it cost us so many situations, and it was hard. It was hard. But to be honest, it's part of it. This is a problem we've been having a lot, converting those 5v4 or those 5v3 even. It's something that we're trying to fix a lot, and it's still we're gonna try to fix, of course. So yeah, I mean, I would say that. And on attack, yeah, we were just doing the comeback. We did the comeback, and we couldn't close it on the, I think it was the 12-11. They had eco even. So yeah, it's small details again, but it was more on us. So yeah.
Mhm. Going over into map 2, I want to ask you about the selection of the waylay into that composition. There's only one team within this league that has done the same going into waylay. I believe it's Heretics. You guys were the second one for this season with today's showing. Just want to ask you, what was the idea behind going for the waylay and just having that be a part of the composition for that map?
I think she brings unique set of abilities. Her dash is really good. Her slow is really good. So yeah, I would say overall that she has kind of like she can go fast, really fast. I would say also, so she can take these spaces that we know there's no one, so he can basically double dash, right? And if they want to fight against him, okay, he just press a button, make them waste a lot of fuel and just go back. So there's a lot of things we couldn't be, we were not able to show them properly today, but she has a lot of potential, I would say, in that map and even in others.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys will be able to continue, or more so, a rebound from this weekend. Moving on to next weekend after that, and everything after that. I now want to pivot over to just sort of your progression with the team so far. You mentioned in a few answers ago about just not being able to win those 5v4 situations, and then that kind of thing has been carrying over to the entire season for this team. One part that I want to ask you about that is. How have you viewed the overall identity of the team, and how has this team been progressing through kickoff, stage 1, stage 2, since we're nearly at the end of the regular season? So, and also there's a lot of pressure to make playoffs and continue the journey. So what has been the most important thing that stood out to you when it comes to building this team for yourself?
I think right now we're having more maybe, how can I say it? I think part of not us not maybe winning those 5v4, winning these advantages, it comes down to sometimes our excitement levels goes a little bit up, or we don't hear each other for a moment, or we all try to do something at the first, at the same time, or we don't do anything. So it's more like things that we really need to keep working on. We know this is a huge factor we have to fix, even more if you want to get to playoffs, and even more if you want to get to champs. So that's that. Then as a team, I would say we've been improving so much since kickoff, as strategy, as overall individual. But sadly, we were not able to show it yet consistently, because sometimes we show it really well. We feel like we are super good on what we do, and sometimes we fell apart a little bit, which is something again we have to work on. So yes, I mean that would be my answer. This team has a lot of potential to keep how can I say, evolving, and like keep transforming itself, because right now we're playing a lot of double duelist, but we used to play like two initiators. We learn a lot. Now we learn a lot how to play with two duelists. So yeah, I mean our identity, we really like to be this this aggressive tactical team that has several responses. But yes, today we were not able to show, sadly.
One more question I want to ask you before I wrap this up. Do you feel like it's much harder for you to, work in this kind of team with, the current state of the game as it is compared to past years, or not?
In what way you asking?
As in comparison between like just the type of team and teammates that you have right now in Karmine Corp compared to the teammates that you had back then in your previous teams in Loud, do you feel like it's more difficult, much easier, just managing the rest of the guys?
I think it's just different. We had different people, different culture on my previous team, and in this team again different cultures, different even languages, I would say, apart from English, right? So it's just been different, but each of them had their own challenges. Like it's not like with my previous team it was all sunshine and rainbows. Like we have difficulties, same as with this team. So yeah, I would say it's just different. It's not like harder or easier. It's just different.
Going with the flow. I definitely understand that, Saadhak. And so, really can't thank you enough for giving me the opportunity for this quick interview. I'm getting those pings to wrap up, so I'm going to have to do exactly that. Thank you so much for the time, and best
Thank
of
you.
luck goes to you for the future, next week, and everything after that.
Thank you.